Hey guys, good morning. Jess here to talk to you about your Road Warriors programming. We are in week 3 of this cycle. For our work today, we're going to start with our ankle mobility. Today we're just going to add a little bit of some rocks back and forth. So standing with your feet about hip width apart, you're just going to shift forward towards your toes, then you're going to rock back to your heels. So just kind of coming in, forward, up to your tippy toes, rocking back to your heels where your toes lift up. We're just doing 5 in each direction. So 5 forward on your toes and then 5 back on your heels. When you are done with that, we're going to get into the same movements you saw last week with this mobility, which is going to be from a planted foot. So one foot is going to be planted, my other foot is going to come out in front. You can do whatever you got to do with your arms. Maybe lean forward. I like to bring them forward to help counterbalance. You might go out to the side. Whatever you need. We're just looking for a little kind of quarter squat. Knee can come forward a little bit here, but the big goal is that that heel stays flat. So if you start to come up onto your toes, you're going a little bit too far forward, so just try to sink back a little bit more. You're doing 5 with that forward reach, and then from the front, we're going to do 5 with the lateral reach. Ooh, a little wobbly there. So foot stays flat. Bring my arms in. Again, whatever you got to do to help counterbalance. We're going to shift out to the side and back. If you are feeling a little bit wobbly, it's okay for that toe to touch, and then coming back to center. So 5 forward, we'll then do 5 lateral, and the last one is the curtsy one, where we're going to sweep our leg back behind us and then come to standing. So from the front view here, still planted on that left foot, I sweep my right leg back behind and then come up. So you're doing 5 in each direction on one leg, and then you can do 5 each direction on the other. As long as you're getting it all done, you can do mix and match along the way and alternate. That's absolutely fine. So that's kind of the first bit, just a little ankle mobility stuff. From there, we'll take it into your warm-up. So we're going to go 3 rounds here. 5 is our magic number today, so we're doing 5 of each of all of these warm-up movements, 5 each side, starting with alternating toe touches, so feet maybe just outside shoulder width, hands teed out to the side. I'm going to hinge, reach down towards my toes, and then come back up to standing, and then alternate, right? So with the hinge from the side, butt goes back, touching towards your toes, maybe you just touch your shin, depending on what your flexibility allows, but try to keep your chest out as you do those hinges. 5 each of those. Then from here, we're going to go into a 5 lateral hurdle step overs. So we've definitely done these in class. Up and over, pretend there's a little wall or hurdle there that you are jumping or stepping up and over, right? So really trying to get movement through the hip, up and over. Ooh, my hip just popped. I don't know if you could hear that. So 5 in one direction, 5 in the other, so 10 total. Then we're taking it down to a side plank rotation here. So I'm going to plant one arm down, come into a side plank position first. If that's challenging for you, you can just kind of stay there and maybe hold. But if not, what we're looking to do, bring your hand up. You're going to thread that top arm underneath your armpit. Your torso rotates a little bit, and then you come back up. So you're rotating, looking, following your hand through underneath your armpit before you come up. 5 of those on one side, and then 5 on the other. And then from there, final movement of your warm-up are our Spider-Man mountain climbers. So these are a little bit more slower and controlled. So from a tall plank position, I'm going to bring one foot to the outside of that same side, same arm. Then I'm going to bring it back to center, and then switch. So this is a little slower controlled. You might even pause at one position, hunt around, do a couple hip circles, just to start to get you ready for your actual work. So again, warm up is the ankle mobility work, and then we're doing 3 times through 5 reps each side of the alternating standing toe touches, the lateral hurdle step overs, the side plank rotations, and the Spider-Man mountain climbers. When you're done with that, we're getting into our running work. So today we're going a little bit longer than we have the past 2 weeks, so we're going to add an extra 5 minutes. We're going 25 minutes at a continuous pace with a 550 meter run 20 mountain climbers, and 25 squats. So the run, as many of you guys probably know from the gym, we typically do one lap around the block is 550 meters. Blocks are a little bit different depending on where you're at, so you can definitely just use your block or use whatever block is nearest to you that is obviously safe and not way out in public, or you can measure it out, find another quiet block somewhere else. The goal is to just try to pick the same distance, 550 meters. When you come back in, we're going to 20 mountain climbs. When you come back in, like you guys are coming back in the gym. Oh, my mind is already there. Soon, guys, soon. Anyway, 550 meter run, and then the next movement is mountain climbers. So from the mountain climbers, now we're looking to go a little bit faster here with the mountain climbers. So hands are going to come down. You're going to start in a tall plank position, and then from here we're quickly going to bring knees to the chest and alternate, right? So quick rotation or quick change of legs here in that position. 20 of those, and then you're coming up to your squats. So you guys know air squat, feet about shoulder width apart, toes maybe slightly turned out. I'll show you from the side. Hips go back, knees go out, I hit my depth, and then I stand. Make sure I get full hip and knee extension at the top. So down and up on the squats. All of the work today is at a continuous pace, something sustainable for the 20 minutes, and with nasal breathing as we have been doing, and also as you most likely have been doing, wearing your mask or your face covering might actually slow you down a little bit, and that's absolutely okay. Protect yourself, protect others. So 25 minutes, continuous pace between those movements. When you're done with that, we'll get into our little cool down mobility. You'll start with a standing quad stretch. So from here, you'll reach back, grab one of your ankles, and then try to stand up nice and tall. Point that knee down towards the floor. If you need some support, you can definitely grab onto a tree, a wall, whatever you need here. Try to keep your abs engaged too, so you don't just overextend and dump out here. So hold on one side and then hold on the other. You might also throw in a little kind of knee hug here before you get into it, just because why not? When you're done with that, we'll go into our runner's stretch. So from the floor, from a little kind of lunge position, knee's gonna come down. This front foot might come up a little bit forward here, and then you're gonna sink back. Try to keep hips up high over that knee instead of just sinking back. This is one way to do it too, so and there's nothing really wrong with that. If that feels better for you, that's fine. But if not, it might feel a little bit more of a stretch if you keep your hips high. Point that toe towards you, maybe chest out for a little bit as you hold, and then you can kind of sink into it. If you want to add a little bit of movement, you can windshield wiper your toes from side to side. You can lean forward to come off tension for a bit, and then come back into it. So that is our little runner's stretch. And then finally, just a down dog calf march. So from your tall plank position, you will pike your hips up and then take it into a calf march. So alternating which heel you try to drive down towards the floor. Maybe you pause and you try to get both heels down. Maybe even you let your knees bend a little bit. See how that might change it up a touch as you do that in your down dog calf march. So as we have been seeing, I'd love to see you guys accumulate 10 minutes in those movements, those little mobility bits at the end. That's it for today, so stay safe out there and feel free to reach out with any questions, comments, and all that jazz. And I really, really hope to see you all soon. Thanks, guys.